Did you know that if you press Hextech Flash and then W immediately right after on Nunu, you can get up to 120 bonus movement speed from Nunu's W? This is because Nunu's W keeps any movement speed increases that it gets during the duration. So if you get Nami E'd or Zillion E'd, you go much faster. Now, you might think that Hextech Flash procs Nimbus Cloak, but I don't have Nimbus Cloak, and Nimbus Cloak only gives 10 movement speed. The real reason is that Hextech Flash has a secret ability to increase your movement speed for 1 tick. For example, if we take a look at my movement speed right now, it's 434, but watch my movement speed as I press Hextech Flash. It goes down to 0, and for 1 frame, it goes to 557 movement speed, which gives about 123 extra movement speed to Nunu's W. This is particularly useful if you're playing Nunu mid, as you can press Hextech Flash out of Fountain, and then W right afterwards to get insane amount of movement speed out of base. As you can see here, I only have tabbies, and I still managed to get all the way to middle of the mid lane from Fountain to mid lane. One useful interaction that Nunu has is this ability to break spell shields. Normally, if you press W and run into somebody with a spell shield, they don't take any damage, and you're pretty sad because they don't get knocked up or anything. However, there's 2 ways to break the spell shield. One, you can press Smite on the target beforehand, and you'll be able to get a knock up. And the second way is a bit more complicated, but if you're able to pull this off, it's pretty nice. If you press W onto a target, and right before your snowball lands, press E, your E will break the first charge of the spell shield, and since your E is a 4-part ability, it doesn't really matter that you're only missing the first part of the E, because your second E and your third E and your stun will still all go off through the spell shield. Normally, in the early game, Nunu has a very difficult time lane ganking because the snowballs cannot catch up to an enemy opponent running away. However, in this new season, there's a new mechanic they added to make Nunu's lane ganks much more effective. However, you have to die first. Basically, they added a new home guards that it gets added to you whenever you die, and you can use the home guards to run to lanes faster if you're a laner. However, this has a slightly unintended effect on Nunu. As long as you stay in a lane, you get to keep this home guard effect, so that means that if I start my snowball somewhere around here, I still am able to keep the massively increased movement speed that Nunu gets, and I'm able to get a pretty fast snowball early on into the game, 507 movement speed. A normal Nunu snowball at around this time, for context, if I just charge up my W in the river, is only around 437 more movement speed. So by getting home guards out of base, you're able to kind of lane gank more effectively by having 70 additional movement speed. Have you ever wondered why your Nunu W sometimes goes in the wrong direction? Well, for example, if I want to snowball down, I would normally point my cursor down, but as you can see, wait, why did my snowball go the other direction? Well, this is because of a weird feature on Nunu, where if you hover your mouse over the minimap, your Nunu snowball goes in that direction instead of the actual place you want to be in. So for example, if I see my mouse being hovered here, I actually go upwards, even though that I start to drift immediately downwards right afterwards. This is pretty annoying, as I've had this happen to me a lot of times, but you just need to be cognizant of you not going to minimap. So for example, if I want a snowball bot and I'm around here, my mouse can be from anywhere from here to here, but as soon as I start on the minimap, you can see my Nunu W will go in a random direction. So yeah, keep your mouse out of the minimap whenever you Nunu W. For the last bug of this video, I want to show off how Nunu W interacts with Jack Show. Normally, Jack Show says after 5 seconds of champion combat, you can increase your bonus armor and magic resist. However, Nunu can get into champion combat for this item by just running his W into a wall. And as you can see, my Jack Show is stacking, and I get the bonus armor and MR when the 5 seconds ends. Now this is a pretty weird interaction for me, and I don't know why it happens. Because normally, I would think that if Jack Show considers you to be in champion combat, my Relentless Hunter should not be working, because I only get 8 movement speed when I'm out of combat. However, if I run my W into a wall, you can see my previous movement speed is 393. If I W into a wall, I don't count as champion's combat. So, this is a pretty weird interaction for me. But this is pretty good when you're using Jack Show on Nunu, and it's one of the reasons why I like to buy Jack Show a decent amount. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and also join my Discord. I'm there any day if you want to ask any Nunu or League related questions. Peace.